Hmm. Mm-mm.
I hope I wasn't mute that whole time. Yeah, I know I wasn't mute that whole time I was talking. I kind of hope I was, but if I wasn't, cool. I stand by what I said. But if I was mute, thank you. Mute button. All right. Let me. I could tell by the comments or lack thereof if I was muting. Because what I said is definitely gonna bring about a reaction. Definitely from you black allergies. All right. Let me look at the. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Damn, that's my phone, man. I hope I was on mute. Yeah. So my age range would be. I think that the youngest probably 33, 32. Definitely got to be the 30. Oh, are y'all gonna be mad? Y'all didn't hear that. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. I'm so glad y'all didn't hear that. That was a confession for your ass. I basically said women would think I'm too hard on them, but I said I'm harder on men because I never use the word I hate a certain type of woman, but I definitely say I hate a certain type of man. I hate niggas, and I was saying I don't give a damn how police officers get them off the street. Buy the book, rewrite the book, plagiarize the book, copyright, infringe the book, throw away the book. Don't give a damn. Get the niggas off the street. I ain't marching for them. I ain't signing no petition. Get them off the street. Any means necessary. Any means necessary. That's what I was saying earlier. But I said something worse than that you guys might laugh at. So I said people um certain men. Now keep in mind I I draw a distinction between niggas and men, black men, or men in general. Black men and niggas, I make a distinction. So I'm talking about black men now. So some black men will judge women, come, come, based upon the body count. Dig? Come here. Come, you come. All right. So I was saying that some men would judge women based off their body count, and it's their preference. Some women would judge men off their how much how much finances that they have or lack thereof. So it's preference. And other height wise, men just deal with it. So I was saying this. I was in Wawa, and there was a had my son with him. He is. I was explaining American holidays. I'm American, so I observe American holidays. Got my son dressed up as a lion for Halloween, and only those who I rock with like that offline can see the picture. It's a cute picture, but I don't really put personal stuff like that on social media. Doesn't matter. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You can look at it. You're not gonna see anybody besides myself. Like you definitely ain't gonna see too many relatives and definitely no kids because the internet doesn't play fair. Over here, the internet doesn't come this way. The internet does not play fair. You dig? And you can hide behind your screen, your keyboard. So I don't do that. You dig? So I was saying, some white guy in there had tried to hook me up with this woman. It was a smooth. He was like young too, like maybe 22. It was smooth as hell. So some woman kid was in their daughter, and she kept saying hi to same age. She disclosed her daughter turned 2 months earlier. What's that? We're gonna say it's about I was gonna say September, but probably August. I think she's counting October. So I was like, yeah, she potty trained. Like these things I be wanting to know. It's like just for my son to see how if I'm on regular schedule, if I'm behind, or if I'm ahead of schedule. But she said her daughter's not potty trained, and I found that interesting because most good little girls that I asked their parents, they at 2 years old they potty trained. Cause little girls normally are more developed. They develop faster than little boys. You dig? So I found it interesting. Her daughter wasn't potty trained. But anyway, like she's a cute woman. So the white dude was like, cause he seen her daughter playing with my son. So he was like, oh, he referenced like a movie or some type of book. He said, look, mother meets dad. It's like a smooth way to try to hook up or introduce two people. But I just laughed it off because what I was saying was the woman looked every bit of in between 21 and 25. And I was saying I could never date somebody that young, preferably. Like this is my preference. If another guy can my age, okay, all power. I couldn't. And I was saying because based off experience in life experiences, I said I have zero tolerance to be trying to teach my date, my significant other about life, about the mistakes they're gonna make if they do this and do that. I don't got time for that. I'd rather have somebody already with some experience in life. So now when we discuss something, hey, now that might not be right, they can understand because they experienced something similar one way or another. You dig? So I was saying I could never do that because the conversations will be dry. The stuff I want to talk about will be boring to her as a 25-year-old. She's still trying to experience life and, live her best life type shit. City girl. I want a woman who already done that city girl stuff, experienced it, got the good and bad from it. And also, I was saying that some men will ask women their body counts, and that would determine whether she's a correct mate for them. I was saying, for me, preferably, high school get pissed off, but I don't give a damn about a woman's body count. Never asked her, don't care to know. And if she slipped up and said, talking to a girl on the phone, yeah, I had 1,000 men. I don't give a shit. I wouldn't care. I still don't care right now. Yeah, I had 1,000 men. Okay, kudos. As long as we lay down, I'm still like pleasured. That's all I care about. Yeah, I don't care about that. But I understand some of my boys that do it. They tell me why, and like to me, it don't make that much sense. But to me, it don't like my brain not saying yes, that makes sense. That's 2 plus 2. I'm looking at it like, okay, I understand why you think that way. Now, there are some women that you sleep with that there's like you don't even know you doing something. You dig? Because it's not pleasurable. Now, and she might only have 7 partners. So if there's a woman with 7 partners and there's no pleasure there, and I have slept with a woman with 1,000 partners, there's pleasure there. I'm gonna go with the 1,000 woman girl. I'm gonna go with her. Over here. That's where I'm going. But Haskell is right in a sense. No, no, it wasn't Haskell. This was a DJ Focus show. They had something similar. So this is one of the topics about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, y'all should check it out because the things that I talk about barely, they talk about a lot over there, like these men relationships, and a lot of times I share the link. You guys can comment from the chat. Same thing you do here. The watcher pulls up sometime. This is black man pulls up, but it'd be like fun topics like this, and then he goes government conspiracy stuff. Be hilarious, but he'd be having like panelists on there. It looks like a cool show, like visually. It looks he got a producer. It looks nice. And this be like the main. This is like main topics like relationship. Um, so I be in the chat, women be in the chat going crazy. But one brother that kind of thought like me a little bit was like probably not to my extreme, but he thought like me a little bit. And he was saying to the guy who was acting like 2, 3 partners, that's it. And he told him, he said, "Yo, a lot of y'all that be talking that 2, 3 partners, I won't tolerate this." He said, "Y'all be the main ones in thoughts DMs trying to bother the world." And that dude got so swole that he tried to leave the show. Actually, he left. He came. They convinced him to come back. The guy that received that message, he said, "Y'all be the main ones with all this I won't do, I will do, and these high standards." He said, "Y'all be the main ones in Glorilla DM trying to buy her the world, trying to give her the world. You don't give a damn who she's sleeping with right now. She probably got 3 men she dealing with right now. You still trying to wife her up." That was his message to my man and other people like him. So it's cool to say what it's cool to say, yeah, I won't do this, I won't do this. Sure, sure, sure. Single as hell, but got these high standards. No kids and single, but got these high standards. Okay, sure. Yeah, when you drop those standards to like normal society, you'll be involved with a baby. Like you're becoming like the woman that you condemn. The woman with the high standards. I want a guy with 6 figures, no kids at 35. Well, you become the man version of her. There you, there way. Come. Yeah, you become the man version of her with these crazy standards for like women, like what you think you're gonna end up with. And the closest you're gonna get to that, you better join one of these religious movements, these religious cults, especially the Hebrew Israelite, and use those polygamy scriptures. That's the closest to your reality. Like even in Orthodox Islam and Nation Islam, nah, good luck with that. Because those are Orthodox black sisters. They're modernized right now. They're Americanized, and yeah, they're not buying that. Okay, and they don't have a lot of scenarios like the Bible has so many scenarios of polygamous relationships, and most of the polygamous relationships in the Bible deals with God's chosen people. So they really be brainwashing these women. So that's what I said earlier. And I was talking about chips. I went and bought a large bag of Lay chips, classics, and I was trying to encourage you guys what chips to buy and what chips not to buy because you eat the whole damn bag in one sitting. And I was saying you're better off with pretzels and or you're better off with those tortilla chips, they're like the Doritos, but not Doritos, like the yellow and blue chips, salted or unsalted, doesn't matter. You will not, no matter how good you think they are, you're not gonna eat the whole bag. You could have dip, you could have guacamole, you could have salsa sauce. You still won't eat the whole bag. But try to get any kind of barbecue chips, any kind. Watch yourself eat the entire bag of barbecue chips. Like, there's no way to discipline yourself to eat 7 or 10 or 15. You're gonna eat the whole bag. So you guys gotta not tempt yourself to becoming an obese biatch. Okay. So I bought the Lay's classics, forgetting how good they were. I seen Barb, and I also sour and cream. You don't buy those either. You eat the whole bag. Yeah, you could buy salt and vinegar. You could buy salt and vinegar. You're not eating that whole bag. Yeah, your tongue gonna be like you just ate like a bar of soap when you're done with that salt and vinegar bag. Ah, God, and wait, my coffee got cold. I got milk in it, and when I reheat it on the stove with the milk, of course you ain't supposed to do that. Well, you can, but it's always like a fuzzy foam tasting coffee. Like the milk is like foamy. I do it. I'm desperate. I'm not desperate right now because I'm not working nowhere. But if I was going to work right now and I needed coffee, I would be desperate enough to reheat this because drinking warm coffee is just hard for me to do. And I don't use a microwave for anything. Years. We're talking about double digit years. The last time I put something in the microwave, over double digit. No, double digit, but we're talking about like 15 to 20. No, more longer than 15. We're talking about like no cap, like 20 plus more years that I ever put something in the microwave and warmed it up for me. Over 20 years, didn't do that. If I catch a restaurant, put myself in the microwave, I won't eat it. Now, if I'm starving like hell, I eat it with like disgust. But I won't even frequent restaurants that use microwaves because even though, hey, yo, this one Chinese spot, like they know me to say, I used to order brown rice with egg foo young, and I'll say, could they microwave the brown rice? And they'll be like, no microwave. Like that was my phrase when they call, they'll say my phrase. Like, cause I call so much for that, they be like, no microwave. That made like a little joke, but who knows if they really microwave it or not? It did. So that's why I usually don't even frequent those stores that even have one there. This is why I love pizza so much, Chipotle so much, because they it's made right in front of you for one, and we already know pizzas are thrown in ovens. And at some point back in the day, Chinese food used to be cooked over fire. Now they put in the rice in microwaves. I guess they pre-cooked it and they just want to warm it back up. Nah, yeah, he didn't ran the whole. He loves his lion costume. For y'all that observe Halloween, no. Running that street, get back over there. Running the street. When you hear that, that's always like my emergency brake. Yeah, I'm going. If you want to keep running, I'm gonna run them. Anyway, I saved that young girl for taking her um daughter. I don't even know if that's a daughter. It might be her niece. But I saved them from taking her to the little girl at Chuck E. Cheese. I said, no, no, that's not for 2 year olds. Go ahead. Here you go. Run, run, you run, run, you run, you run, you run, run, you run, run, you run, run, you run, you run, you run. He got a costume, but we're not trick or treat. Now, I'll tell you why I don't trick or treat. I also support kids trick or treating. Like, if you get the candy, throw it away. Like, you're not supposed, maybe the chocolate as a treat here and there, or a lollipop treat here and there, but I'm against letting because we're a race that's pre-diabetic somehow, and we eat the foods, the type 2 foods. So at a very young age, so to fight diabetes, you got to fight your kid from eating that stuff. So I always say it should be bragging rights. You go out there get candy, pretty much give it to your parents or throw it away, or it's like it takes a few selective ones. and spread it out, like the chocolate. It depends on your age too. If you're like, all right. If you're like 10, 11, maybe you a lollipop is, once every while ain't too bad. But like 6 years and down, no, no business with a lollipop in their mouth. It's coffee getting colder and colder and colder. And it's freezing. Yeah. What? What? You ready to go now? Okay. I think he's tired. Okay. Look. Hey, trick or treat. Yeah. Hey, trick or treat. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. So I was walking him, and a bunch of girls were. I guess they went trick or treating already. I guess they went trick or treating already. They look about like definitely middle school, like eighth grade. About five, six of them, and they had candy, and they seen him with his lion costume. They're like, oh, they're just Hispanic. They said, can I give him candy? Oh yeah. So I gave him a lollipop. Now he ain't gonna eat it, unbeknownst to him. I'm gonna get it out of his hand. I'm gonna distract him with something that he likes, and that would be in the trash can. But he got his official first trick or treat. I don't even think he understand like the lollipop. Like I never, unless somebody else gave it one be on my back. He never had a lollipop before, so he don't even know that it's just supposed to be eaten. So in his hand right now, he's just playing with it like an airplane. He don't even know this is supposed to be something that you can eat or suck on. I love that because when we at Wawa, I be all those treats right there for kids to go crazy over to embarrass the parent. He don't know what they are. I never gave him those treats before. So those candies, the Twix and all that stuff, lollipops, gum, and nerds, that just sitting there. Like to him, that's no different than like a pencil or a pencil sharpener or an eraser. He looking like, wow, colorful objects. Yeah, coffee is done now. Coffee is straight cold now. You can tell he don't know what a lollipop is because he's sucking on the white part. Um, yeah, man, November already. You dig? So my mom would be like, yeah, let's, who you gonna invite for his birthday party? I'm like, nobody. Invite nobody. We're gonna bring him to a place where he can run around. And, like the one I took him to today. There's already kids there, you dig? So he ain't got to worry about kids not showing up, promising to come and not show up. I ain't got to worry about that. The spot I took him to, there's kids already there, you dig? So he's gonna have kids to play with on his birthday that were not invited, but are invited. Yeah, I don't do that. I seen too many episodes, situations, occasions where kids, 7 years old, 8 years old, the mom had a y'all seen some of those things on YouTube. They had invited all these friends that go to have the birthday party at an event, diner or whatever have you, and literally no kid shows up. So the kid is going to have a traumatic, memorable moment for the rest of their life. And come, do it, you can do it, come. So do it. No, come. Hmm, 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 hmm. Get it. He ain't come. Yeah, so he just tried to unwrap the wrapper part. I let him taste a little bit, tiny bit of this cold coffee to distract him from the candy. So now he totally forgot he had a lollipop in his hand. He totally forgot. Lollipop solved. Somebody had a rake of leaves. Somebody had a pile of leaves out here. That lollipop went right in the leaves, right in that pile of leaves. So I'm gonna read the comments once I get back in the house. I'm right here at the door, basically. Yeah. That I'm gonna see all the hell y'all gave me for those opinions. It's various about holidays, about body count. I know y'all roasting me. I know somebody like drop the link, drop the link. And I can understand if you're like in your 20s and body count matter to you. I can understand. I can understand. But if you're in your mid 30s and better, that means you only plan on dating 21-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Mm. You on your Elijah Muhammad at that point. Meaning that he did wife up young women. They were legal. You know, I didn't say R. Kelly. I didn't say York, Dwight York. I said Elijah Muhammad because he was an older man who took on young wives. They were legal. They were 18. You know, they were barely legal, but they were legal. 18, 19. They were not underage, according to my knowledge. They were legal, but the age disparity is amazing. That age disparity is amazing. All right, let me see some of y'all filthy comments. You did. What else from? Who put you All right, let me see some of these cold-hearted. These comments are a cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. He's been telling lies. I got a Hebrew debate, a scheduled one, an hour and a half. Now, let me read these filthy comments. Lemonhead, aka Bump. Yeah. Yes, now, or later, sure. Hey, now, ladies. Oh, yeah, now, ladies. Oh, my God, yo. Yeah, I always hated. You remember Jingles? Jingles like fake now laters. I was okay with Jingles, but now laters. Oh my God, they stick to your goddamn teeth. Yeah, that Fun Dip 3 pack. Yeah, that brick was my favorite. I wasn't a big sweet tooth guy like that. No, I was a big sweet tooth guy, but I didn't care for it to be super sweet. So that Fun Dip, that little stick tastes like chalk, basically. I love that. Um, what's the colorful little circular things in the they like off green, off blue. They like they like tad bit bitter. The circle is like in a small package, like they come in circles. What's those things called? I like those too because it's like not really sweet. And like nerds was decent. It wasn't that sweet. But what was those things called? Those circular, like off yellow, off blue, off green. They were circular. People always hand those out on Halloween. I used to kill those. They weren't that sweet. Paz, yeah, Paz was another one. It wasn't that sweet. Uh, let me see. Yeah, yeah. I used to kill cheesecake in that cheesecake factory. Pissy sticks. Yeah, pop rocks. I never liked pop rocks, but nerds was nerd. I think everybody collectively. Yeah, but that fun dip with the powder, man, that was I prefer that one. Skittles, aka Booker said, yeah, yes, yes, yes. Skittles. See, Skittles would get to the like too much sweet for me. I would eat them, but they were like really, really sweet. Okay, let me. The sugar is not good though. Yeah, yeah. The sugar, peaches and eggplants, plasticine. Yeah, 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 yeah. So like I said, I don't judge you guys. You're not on trial unless you do something crazy, immoral, or illegal. But if you want to use a microwave, I'm not gonna be preaching to you. You dig? Because my information, looking back now, could have been pseudo from what I read to deter me from using it. It could have been pseudo. But even if it was pseudo, I still don't like the microwave heat. Like I think it makes it super ridiculous hot, and then it cools off fast as hell. Like it just I'd rather just reheat stuff in the stove or oven. A little gamma ray. You become hot with others are more liberal. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thoughtology. I don't demonize those. Yeah, me either. I actually think with the legalized prostitution, I think that's gonna be a city girl worst nightmare. I think that's the way men to get women back. That's like being hosadiddy and being picky. You said, I want a rich man. Yeah, legalized prostitution. You're gonna be begging for a bum nigga to take you serious and wipe you up. Yeah, I said a bum nigga. I ain't say like a good man. All right. You're gonna be begging for a bum nigga to take you serious. Okay, so let's go. No, no. Prostitutes are not thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts. There's a big difference. Prostitute and thought are two different women. Prostitute let you know right from the door what it is. It's my lifestyle. It's how I make my money. You pay me, I service you, and don't call me until you want my services again. Like they're like a sexual like masseuse. You dig? You could put them in a category of a masseuse. Yeah, a thought is a whole different. A thought is a woman who profess morality, but at the same time playing along the gray lines, and sometimes immoral in some of the actions. Yeah, but they're not outright asking for money for a service. A lot of them could be like straight teasers. So it's different, big difference between thought and a prostitute. They're not the same at all. No way, shape, form. Men can pass and cannot be tested for. Or HPV. Wow. Not saying children are bad. Some people just open us if they're not understanding. So when body count is not indicative, it should be a thought or not. No harlots. Yeah, yeah, funny. He don't like high body count. I don't get Haskell. Yeah, don't get Haskell. Yeah, that don't bother me. I don't ask. I don't care. And they told me they had 100. Okay, cool. Big. You got your juice? Yeah, come, come. Come. To be honest, I thought he was gonna fight me to put this lion suit on, and especially thinking about his head. He don't like anything. He don't like no head gear. He definitely likes the attention of the lion suit. So I'm prepared to for him to ask to put it on again. Gotta hide it from him. All right. Oh, about to wild out this man. Okay, I just connected to my computer. Let me check the audio. I haven't done that in my last live debates. All right, so now let me, yeah, it's loud. So let me go over some things with you guys. Okay, so when I debate these Hebrew Israelites, and when they say you got to read chapter and verse what tribe Mary's from, you're not going to read that. But that don't mean there's not context clues or evidence or circumstantial evidence that support it. Now, these guys are totally unfair because they would say, no, we don't want that. We don't want nothing, no evidence, no circumstantial, nothing, no clues, nothing. Just read it. But then they will go ahead and tell you about some marriage ceremony that Joseph and Mary skipped. Can't read that anywhere in the Bible. And this is what I'm saying. Like, so in order to even hang with me in a debate, you got to handicap me. I already handicapped myself enough by saying my father's Swazi, by saying I'm a Roman Catholic, by saying I believe in Immaculate Conception. The virgin birth is not the Immaculate Conception. The virgin birth is something more controversial because it focuses on Mary, how pure she is. And the Catholic Church even gives Mary a holy day in December, 3rd or 5th, some early day in December. They give her own separate day from Jesus' birthday. I mean, from Christmas. Okay, so I'm already taking an L by doing that. Then they want me to read everything verbatim while they're allowed to give a storyline or summarize or even add to the text to support their arguments. And they still end up losing. Okay, so the next person I talk to, they're not gonna receive it. So it's gonna be for you guys. Now, there's some research that I didn't put together, I didn't format like correct that I just did earlier that supports Mary could be the only reason why Jesus is a Jew. Okay. So I'm just gonna give the evidence, then I'm gonna give the theory. Okay, a theory is a hypothesis that with evidence, the facts, right? So I'm gonna give a theory, I'm gonna supply the evidence and give a theory. And then I'm going to also explain how it's not about Mary, like I keep saying. Stop mentioning Mary. I don't have to use Mary to prove he's a Jew, which I don't even know why I'm proving he's a Jew. I thought I had to prove he had no daddy. But the goalposts, okay, fine. You know, this is sudden death. All I gotta do is score a touchdown, game's over. I don't gotta kick an extra point. We're tied. If I go in the end zone with the time, with no time on the clock, we're not even sudden death. This is regular time, regular game. I run into the end zone with the football. The clock, we're tied at 20. The clock is at 0. If I run in, that's 6 points, game over. I don't need to kick an extra point. They're asking me to kick an extra point when the game's already over. Once I prove Joseph is not the father, that's a touchdown. It's over. But they'll say, no, kick the extra point. Show us how Jesus is still a Jew with Joseph not being the biological dad. So I'm gonna kick the extra point anyway, even though it doesn't matter. So the next few guys, I'm gonna kick the extra point. I'm gonna keep bringing up Jeconiah's curse. So you're gonna see my argument shift, and only when they piss me off, I'm gonna revert back to my strongest argument, strongest points.
But I'm gonna use the curses more often, and I'm gonna focus on Jesus being a Jew. Okay, and then I mean it's really irrefutable evidence. So like they asking me a question, I could ask a question back. It's like, okay, you're telling me it's not possible, then why is the Bible saying he's a Jew then? And he's not just a Jew, he's the King of Jews. And the Bible also calls him the son of David. So it's like, dude, you're saying what can't happen. The Bible's saying it already happened, in spite of Joseph not being there. Like, that's the facts. There's no way to argue that. Everybody can read those facts. And most importantly, and listen, Mary as a mother, but most importantly, all those facts are in the birth narratives. Do you know what I mean by birth narratives? That means reading about the birth of Christ, not a book and chapter that's not dealing with the birth. Matthew 1, Luke 1, Matthew 2, Luke 2, Luke 3 are all dealing with the birth of Jesus. Like either he's in Mary's belly or he just was born. And he's about 2-3 years old. No older than 12. So we're talking about a kid still. Okay. Yeah, so the Jeconiah's curse, the brother Nayar still ain't really getting around that. He was presupposing things, and now all of a sudden, seed don't extend to the grandchildren like seed does for David. Now, when it comes to Jeconiah, seed only stops at Jeconiah's kids. It's like, bro, even still then, if he's in a genealogy, it's tampered because he's not supposed to be there. He's excluded. This is why Luke 3 doesn't have Jeconiah there. But it's still got his kid Zerubbabel there, so it's still a problem. But it's not a problem. See, so this is why and the argument that their best argument is to say they don't know whose genealogy Luke is. Once they say it's Joseph's also, this is when they get into it. Trick bag, where I can make them look dumb or Minister Meach can. Okay. Oh, so you know what? Let me play this right here while I got you here. Hopefully she doesn't flag me. But this is why I got you there. Okay, so they don't accept your interpretation. But it's really not my interpretation. It's really my exegesis. And exegesis is, I guess you could say interpretation, but interpretation takes a bad connotation nowadays, especially when it comes to religion. So you got to be careful what words you use to express what you're doing. Okay. So when you use interpretation, like that took on a negative connotation where people receive that as you're adding something that's wrong in a religious text. So I like to use that. I like to say exegesis because you have clues there, and the exegesis is what you're supposed to gather from the clues. Like in religious terms, the word exegesis is supposed to be there, where you're pulling out what the text is telling you. So the text is saying red hat, red apple, and a red rabbit. Okay, so now you got those facts. What about it? So maybe it was saying that maybe the book is saying that if you see a red hat, red rabbit, and red apple, that you have found Waldo, whatever, right? So if you see the red hat, red apple, red rabbit, it's like, yo, I found Waldo. That's it. So that's called exegesis. You're exegeting the text. You're pulling out what the reader wants you to by the clues it provided. Yeah, there's 1,000 sects of Christianity, but if you read how Bibles are translated, you'll see, Tone, that that they admit, translators admit that people have an agenda from the beginning. So you see 1,000 sects of Christianity because the way some Bibles are written is purposely written that way to support an agenda, whether Trinity, whether non-Trinity, whether Jehovah, like you're going to see Bibles written in a certain, translated in a certain way, using certain words to promote an agenda. That's why you have all these sects. And the people reading these books don't know that, yeah, this Bible was translated with an agenda. So this is why the readers will believe this. This is why the readers will believe that. This is why the believers would believe that, because the translators chose, or the person who has a final say over the translator has chose certain words and phraseology. Like one Bible says sodomites. That's what they were. Other Bibles, they say illicit sexual acts, which is cool too. But other ones like act like it's just regular like sin. Like if you know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, like other translators would act like that sin wasn't the most immoral or weird sin. It was like no different than breaking the Sabbath, like some weird shit like that. It's like, no. Illicit sexual acts or sodomy, like that's separates that act from everything else. And this is why the Bibles are really hard on that. Like, you die right away. Okay, so let me show this. Okay. This is pitiful.
In time for her Halloween birthday, Sherelle Proctor turned 35 years old on Halloween 2023. She was arrested just days before in connection with the 2022 passing of her 4-month-old baby girl.
You hear that? This is why Margaret Sanger was correct. You don't force these mentally bothered women to have kids. Okay? You let them make the mature, conscious choice saying, nah, I'm not going to take this baby to term. I'm not ready. I'm not mentally stable enough like her. Instead, you guys who are against abortion, you allow this to happen.
The investigation went on for over a year before an arrest warrant was issued for the St. Augustine, Florida woman who left her house at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning in the fall of 2022 while all of her 9 children were sleeping.
8 a.m., she leaves. Why does this nigger woman got 9 children? I think that was her house too. Why does she got 4 baby daddies? Probably more, but they counted for 4 baby daddies. She leaves 9 children just bounce in the morning, 8 a.m.
For the woman who left her house at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning in the fall of 2022 while all of her 9 children were sleeping. One of her minor children found the 4-month-old baby in the...
Now, remember I played the video where the other 4-month baby died at the hands of the daycare because the daycare lady put the 4-month baby on her stomach. So apparently this 4-month-old baby somehow was probably one of her siblings, didn't know better, put the baby on her stomach. Okay, but look what the young kid did as a result.
One of her minor children found the 4-month-old baby in the living room on the couch, unresponsive and cold. The child ran to get their big sister, who frantically called 911 and drove the baby to a fire department, where the baby was then transported to the hospital. Sadly, the baby girl did not survive, and after a year-long investigation, prosecutors are now looking to hold the mother accountable. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from St. Augustine, Florida,
4 baby daddies at least.
Drop St. Augustine below in the comments.
Tonight at 11, a year-long investigation into the death of a St. Augustine baby has led to the arrest of a woman presumed to be the baby's mother. 34-year-old Sherelle Proctor was booked into the St. Johns County Jail this morning on 1 count of negligent manslaughter.
The child who died was a 4-month-old girl who, according to investigators, did not receive medical help until it was too late. News4Jax reporter Eric Amine joining us live to explain. Eric, what happened?
I can tell you what happened. The combination of an autopsy report, statements by the suspect, and the child's living condition are all what led to criminal charges. The criminal case against 34-year-old Sherelle Proctor began in September of last year when 911 dispatch received a frantic call from a woman who said she was transported.
Yeah. Tone said something very important. He said only they can use context clues to show Joseph is the father. I can't use context clues to show he's not. That's hilarious. That's exactly how they debate. And y'all know that this could never happen in any form of any type of debate. Only on some nigga shit that they're allowed to do that.
Reporting a cold and unresponsive baby girl to Fire Station 14. Paramedics then took the baby to Flagler Hospital, where an emergency room doctor pronounced the child deceased. The investigation into the child's death revealed she was living in deplorable conditions inside a 3-bedroom home with 2 adults and 7 children.
3-bedroom homes, 9 kids. Let me see how many.
In deplorable conditions inside a 3-bedroom.
Deplorable condition. The house is small. How dirty can it actually be? It should be easy to clean.
Investigation into the child's death revealed she was living in deplorable conditions inside a 3-bedroom home with 2 adults and 7 children.
2 adults, 7 kids.
According to this arrest warrant affidavit, one of the 7 children found the baby unresponsive on a couch after 34-year-old Sherelle Proctor.
It says 9:25. The mom left at 8 a.m. So hour and a half. The mom ain't there yet.
Left the home. Proctor is believed to be the child's mother. She reportedly told detectives the baby had a really bad respiratory illness several days prior to the baby's death. According to investigators, Proctor said she intended to take the baby to Flagler Hospital, but chose not to because there was a 2-hour wait. She also reportedly told investigators she did not call St. Johns County Fire and Rescue because she did not know they could take the child to the hospital. Further,
So the 2-hour wait is what deterred her from taking her 4-month-old baby to the hospital.
further investigation into the child's death revealed the baby had only been seen twice by a physician between July and September, with 4 canceled or no-show appointments. Then the
So 2 visitations. She said the baby got a serious illness, 2 visitations in all those months, and most of the visitations were canceled or no shows.
Yeah, but
autopsy report revealed
how much visitation you have? You have a young baby. Remember, after the baby is born, you have a 6-week clinic that the baby got to. 6 weeks after, that's the first doctor's appointment, where the baby get some of the shots and all of that. Then you have, after that, the baby got back like a month later. So that baby would be like, oh, that baby is 4 months, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so normally in the first 4 months, you really only have 3 doctor visits. How much doctor visits did you have in the first 3 months of the baby?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. I don't really remember.
There's like 3 doctor visits, 6-week clinic, then a month after that for the remainder of the shots, then 6-month clinic. So she wasn't really missing many appointments. So when the reporter said that, she wasn't really missing many appointments because you don't have many appointments for the baby. You don't have the shot.
Maybe what they're saying is maybe two of the 3 she did not show or reschedule those. But don't forget the baby was sick. The mom said the baby had a respiratory illness, so maybe his appointment was for that. Down.
Really, in a condition with 9 people in a house with a young baby, that baby will get sick regularly because the immune system is not really built up as yet. And exposure to
I could almost guarantee she was smoking in the house.
Not too, but also the baby will have a reoccurrence of cold and runny nose because there's a lot of people in the house, a lot of dirty hands from other children.
The house was deplorable, so you know.
But why the house has to be nasty?
No,
It's a small house.
Right. Well, she never
It's a
did.
small house.
Yeah, she leaves and don't come back apparently.
No, then why you have nasty kids? So the kids, the house don't have to be nasty, even with a lot of kids.
She got 9 kids.
But with
And
even 9 kids, if you have 9 kids in a house,
how old you
that
think the kids are though? Like if they're 3, 4, 5, and you know she got
are
different baby daddies, so most there's a good chance that there's a 3-year-old there,
chances are the
2-year-old.
oldest is 15, she's 34, or the oldest is 16, and the youngest is 4 months. So they run the spectrum at that age, like 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and then this last one is an accident, right? But when you have so many kids, that washing machine and dryer is never turned off. Because can you imagine the amount of dirty clothes that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no understand why the house would be messy. Because that's a lot of dirty clothes you're generating. It's like,
Yeah.
that's like between underwear tops and bottoms, we're looking at about 3, 9, 27 pieces of clothing every day. 64 pieces of clothing every 2 days. Right? 81 pieces of clothing every 3 days. That's a lot of clothes. That's a lot of dirty clothes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dirty clothes. And then on top of it, who washing all of those dishes?
Do they have dishes? She probably ordering out every day.
Because if you have dishes, then that's like between the cups with kids, the sippy cups, the cups that they're drinking juice, the cups that they're drinking water out of, the plates that they're using, the fork, the spoon, the knife. We're looking at loads of dirty things in the sink. But then the question I'm going to ask you have 9 kids. How much money are you getting from, how much money welfare are you getting from the government? What food stamps look like for her?
Yeah, she probably getting a lot of food stamps, but I know cash wise, she probably getting $300, $400 cash monthly. She probably get, I don't know, I can't even guess, but I'm thinking food. She gotta get like over a G in food stamps.
No, she's getting far more than a G in food stamp for 9 kids. Anybody in the audience would know how much you're getting for food stamp for 9 kids? Because I am thinking like about $2,500 a month.
Yeah, it gotta be. I mean, but that's that. I mean, that's just sad that society can like there's no shaming, there's no consequence, there's no. I mean, it's nothing for a woman. You just had 9 kids, and that's just fine. Like that's wild. So and then you got blackologists talking about like the black birth doesn't decline like white. So well, yeah, if you having 9 kids by 5, 6 different baby daddies, you're right. That ain't nothing to brag about.
9 kids is a whole ton load of kids to have, especially in 2023. So who help or look after all of those kids?
Say that again.
Who's helping or look after those kids?
The kids. Yeah, nobody in their right mind will go over there and babysit 9 kids. So her kids are babysitting.
So the 16-year-old is looking after the.
Oh yeah. She ain't going nowhere. The mom like, yo, you gonna help me raise these babies. You ain't going nowhere.
So the other thing now, is the
Cancel
16-year-old
practice, all that.
if the 16-year-old have to help or look after those kids, that means that the 16-year-old boyfriend is coming over too.
Oh yeah. The mom, at that point, the mom doesn't care. Help me.
Right.
Help me. I don't give a damn who comes over with you. Help me.
The 16-year-old boyfriend is coming over.
And also that pedo uncle is volunteering. Like, yeah, I'll watch him. Or that pedo boyfriend, like, nah, go ahead. I'll stay here.
Yeah, because that to me look like it's going to be the house that everybody goes. You know the house in the neighborhood where everybody hang out
Right,
because
right.
there's so many people there, and the mom is never there.
Yep. That's why they go, because mom ain't there.
Mm. Yeah. So is she a victim? Is that lady a victim?
I'm sure some way, but in my opinion, no. But somehow she was. I don't know how she would be a victim, but somebody would say that.
Is it that her environment and the poverty that she has, she poor, and the amount of children that she have cause her to become a victim?
Yeah, I guess if she's a victim to her circumstances, and not just circumstances. She's a victim to the friends she's chose and the family members she was born into. That nobody was honest with that woman, man. Nobody was honest with her, and if they were, she didn't receive it. She argued, "I'm gonna do it my way. That's my life."
My question: any woman on the panel, when you're leaving the hospital, did they discuss birth control with you? Or when you carry the baby to the first 6-week clinic, do the doctors discuss birth control?
Yeah. Yep.
So you're saying that they discuss birth control, correct?
Yeah.
How much kids does she have? 9?
Yeah, 9.
Could it be then that she's retarded?
Yeah, she's definitely on something. She's alcoholic or pills. She's definitely doing something where she could just lay up. No.
No, because if somebody discussed the same thing with you 9 times, and you put yourself in the same situation again and again and again and again. What?
Living in a shack. She's staying in a shack.
But why is she staying in that house? Isn't she entitled to what you call that now? Where the government provide housing?
Yeah.
Section 8.
Yep. Well, I think you have that until I don't know how that works. But I know if you get found selling drugs, somehow they can like disqualify. I forgot how that stuff works. Or selling food stamps.
No, but if you have 9 kids, right? You have Section 8 coming. And especially when you have underage kids, the Section 8 would be big enough for you to afford housing that can comfortably accommodate children. Not a 3-bedroom squished up place, unless you fucked up the Section 8 in the past. And they have to kick you out of that house. They have to settle for anything that Section 8 could find.
Yeah, let me play some more of the facts because maybe that's mentioned.
Yeah, play some more.
Let me hear it. Then I'll stop it with there. So I don't play the whole thing through. Get flagged.
The child was dehydrated and had low body weight for the child's age. The child had rhinovirus with chronic pulmonary inflammation and was sleeping in unsafe conditions.
Rhinovirus, hold on. Is it possible that kid was not vaccinated?
What kind of virus?
No. This is a normal. Yeah, I remember this one. I know it sounds familiar. No. This is a normal code. But like you said, well, all those kids in there in the house the way it was. Yeah, but that's not nothing like serious. Yeah, that's a normal.
The kid will have a constant running nose.
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
there's so many people in the house. and the kid was dehydrated and underweight, meaning that she probably was selling the food stamp money
Mhm.
because she was getting free milk for that kid.
Right. Yeah, yeah. How the hell? Yeah, the kid's only eating. That kid's only dealing
How
with
the
milk.
kid underweight, and you had free milk, meaning that every 2 weeks you're getting milk for that kid. You're getting
No, you're not getting milk. You're getting formula.
No man, you get milk or formula. You can get both.
Oh yeah, you're
Milk,
right.
milk and formula for that kid. Right.
All right, hold on. Put some more.
Based on those factors and statements by Proctor, a warrant was issued for her arrest.
Parents should expect to see their pediatrician a lot more often.
Dr. Jessica Obabatunde is a Wolfson Children's Hospital physician. She says multiple visits to a pediatrician's office are expected between the time a child is born and the time the child turns 1.
And all of that is just to make sure that baby's developing appropriately, that baby's doing well. You know, most babies, thankfully, are healthy. That's why I love pediatrics. But if there is something, we want to catch it early and provide the necessary care in good time.
Dr. Obabatunde advises parents to immediately take their newborn to the emergency room if the child has a fever.
Don't give Tylenol, don't give anything to bring the fever down. We consider that an emergency.
A baby that is not eating or has not had a wet diaper in more than 12 hours is a concern that warrants a trip to the ER.
What about breathing issues?
Yes, that's especially in cold and flu season that we're in now. If baby's looking like they're having a hard time breathing or is having such a hard time that they are not able to feed any of those things, I would say go ahead and go straight to the ER.
Authorities say Proctor did none of these things, and they believe.
There you go, Stu.
Yeah, no, the baby
Can't do
was
none of
sick because the baby was malnourished. That's a malnourished baby. How is it that they getting food stamp and have a malnourished baby? When that lady coming out to the supermarket, she should be coming out with trolleys and trolleys of food, fruits and vegetables, food. She's not supposed to be going to the dollar store or the gas station with the EBT card. She's supposed to be going to Whiteland.
Right.
She's supposed to be coming to your neighborhood
Mhm.
and going to the Publix in your neighborhood or the Walmarts in your neighborhood where there's food, fruits and vegetables. Because remember, as long as it's not cooked, and in some instances you can get cooked food too, like you can get rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, her ass going to a bodega to get a sub, poor man sub.
But she going to the bodega to get some subs for the EBT. Her ass not going to Whiteland to go and pick up some fruit, some vegetable, some meats, right? Because the amount of EBT she have, those kids should be eating steak at least 1 day a week.
It's still, it looks like she gave some of that feeding responsibility to her older kid, but the older kid was like, yeah, mom, I'm out. You know, I'm hanging out with my friends. It looked like that could have been going on too. The mom said, hey, feed at this time, and the daughter not even there, or son not even there. And they both coming home thinking the baby, each other fed the baby. I know that baby was screaming. I know that baby was screaming all day long.
That's what I'm saying. A baby, when a baby is hungry, when a baby is wet, that baby is crying constantly out of discomfort. So that baby is hungry. All they probably did was get one of those juicy juice out of the fridge and stick it in the baby mouth. Because there's no way a baby that is drinking milk regularly or formula regularly should be underweight. And if your lazy ass don't want to, what you do, if your lazy ass don't want to wash the bottles or anything like that, buy bottled water and mix it in the bottled water, throw some of the bottled water and mix the feed in the bottled water bottle and put the cap on top of that shit. Bore a hole in it and feed the fucking baby from the bottled water. Bottle, so you don't have to sterilize in them fucking bottle. Because that nasty house don't have a bottle sterilizer. I can't bet that nasty house don't have a bottle sterilizer. But it's negative stupies again. Continue on by.
believe it led to the baby's death.
You know, what bothers me the most about this case
All right, so that's pretty much it. Okay.
I sent you a video on Messenger. The pity you couldn't play that video also. Remember the video I sent you? With the judge who went off on the woman?
Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that judge, my man had enough. My man had enough. That
Because
judge.
people will be telling you that she don't have any responsibility for that 4-month-old death. That's why people come here and tell you on this thing that we cannot talk to the victims. We cannot chastise the victim, that the mother is a victim too.
Right.
That's what people going to tell you about. Oh, the mother is a victim too. She's a victim of her situation. Bitch, after you had baby number 4, tie the fucking tubes. And I'm not speaking for American women, I'm speaking for Jamaican women. When I say black women now, I'm not saying American women. I'm saying Jamaican women. Black women, especially Jamaican women, are the only fucking set of women who is allergic to every form of birth control. They're allergic to condoms, it irritates them.
Mhm.
They're allergic to the injection, it have all different kind of side effects. They're allergic to every fucking kind of birth control. Tell me a birth control and I can find a black woman to tell you that they're allergic to it. They're allergic to pulling out.
They're allergic to KY too. Yeah, your audio went crazy. Your audio went wacky. Now let me play that video that Stu sent me.
Yeah, play that video that I sent you.
Sentence you to life in prison on that.
He said life in prison.
You know, you are the cause of this, and you are just as guilty as he is. You know why? Because you put your children at risk. You had 5 children, and you went out drinking, and you didn't care about the children, and you knew what was going on. This man moves in with you in January of 2005. in April of 2005, he viciously and sexually violates you. What do? You don't prosecute, you forgive him, you forget about it, and you let him move in with you. That's despicable, and you are an atrocious mother. You need to really search your soul, because you are disgusting. And there's no excuse for what you did. If I sound upset, I haven't heard such vile, disgusting, gross, despicable stuff in my whole 20-year career. So I hereby sentence you to life in prison on that.
Okay, so he sentences the guy, the boyfriend, to life in prison. I wonder what happened.
Sexual assault. Sexual assault.
On who?
On the child, on her child.
Wow.
On her child. And the judge said, listen. And then here, when the judge sentenced him to life, he said, thank you, Jesus. And the judge said, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. That's what the judge said in layman terms. You stupid bitch is the reason why your child is in that fucking predicament.
Right.
Because you're a stupid bitch who knew that this dude was a scammer and a predator who had 4 women, calling each of them wife, and you're fucking in the bed with 4 different women, and you allow your child around this scammer and this predator.
He's
and
walking around.
And
he's walking around the house with no shirt and boxers on.
Yeah. Walking around with no shirt and boxers on in front of your 16-year-old, and you fuck around and your child got hurt and you're acting like a fucking victim. Shut the fuck up. That's what the judge said. Right? And anybody who come to me and talk about this woman was a victim, I would say shut the fuck up, because only the black community see that bullshit. Because this white judge realized that this is bullshit and he called it bullshit.
Yep.
You have a fucking responsibility.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And move them in. Move them in after he did to her.
Right. After you have, no, I'm using it in the polite case. After you entwine in the fucking nastiness of talking about your poly, all 5 of you in the same fucking room. Oh, he has 5 wives. All of us sharing the bed.
Right.
Fucking nasty. If you're poly and you have 4 different houses for 4 different wives, and you spend a week with each wife, I understand. But if you have 1 house and 1 bed, and you want 4 women in the same bed at the same time, you're a fucking pervert.
Yep.
You're a sexual deviant. What is it? Each woman is lining up playing tag like WWE. When your dick is so good that when you're fucking one, she has to tag out and somebody has jump over the ropes and jump on your dick. You know those tag team matches in WWE?
Yeah.
Is that they were playing? Or was it that these women were in there indulging in all different kind of sexual perversion?
Right.
And you were enjoying that. That's what sex come to know?
The success.
That's what sex come to know between a man and his wife? Our wife?
Yep.
That somebody's going to tag team you in? Are you going to eat some pussy while him sitting on somebody's face while he's fucking them? That's what you want? Is it that's what you want? So we're all lovers here. I'm in love with him, and I'm in love with her, and we have sex with each other. That's what you're doing? No. So the judge called it there. But somebody wants to jump on and say, oh, we don't blame the sisters here. We don't blame the sisters. No.
Right. The victim.
No. Only we don't blame the sisters. That's why other people have their children in check sometimes.
Don't blame him. I'll cut you out.
Yeah. Oh, disrespect. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. No. Mm. Yeah. What other video you have showing? You have any other videos?
Say again.
Do you have any other videos?
Let me see if I got any in the queue. Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see. I see a TS Giselle. TS, get in here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Man. Bro.
Our energy to
So I'm not out. Okay. So let me do this one. All right.
Make sure everyone is safe, and we're not going to allow these horrible people to hurt other people in their gangs in the community. The next speaker is Mark Britton with Florida Department of Law Enforcement. He's a special agent in charge for this area. Mark is a good friend of mine and is a if it weren't for the Attorney General, if it weren't for FDLE and our police chiefs, we could not have successfully done this investigation. It just couldn't have happened. Normally when you hear me talk about gangs and gang activity, we never mention the name of the gang. And the reason for that is we don't want to market for them. But Sex Money Murder, which is a subset of the United Blood Nation gang, is so violent. They're so ruthless. They're so dangerous. We need to bring to the community's attention what they are doing. Now, they're focusing on those who sell drugs, trap houses. They're focusing on other gangbangers. They're focusing on other criminal elements, but let me explain something to you. You're going to see today a group of people, young people, some of them in their teen years.
Look at those guns, yo. Look at that. Look at that weaponry, bro.
Some of them in their 20s, but all young people. And it's never all right to rob, shoot, kill other young folks. Sex Money Murder prides themselves in creating fear in the gang communities and in the drug communities. Pistol Pete, who started this gang in the 90s, is currently serving a life sentence in prison. But here's what he said, and I think the gang name of Sex Money Murder says it all. He says, we get sex because we get money. We murder anyone who F's with our money. And they're not just saying that, they're killing people. There's home invasion robberies of our drug dealers, drive-by shootings in neighborhoods, and murder. So you might ask, well, how violent are they, Grady? Well, think about this. They went into one home invasion and pistol whipped an 8-year-old child. Did you?
Still?
No, I hear you. What was the crime act that everybody crying over? Is the 94 crime act? Which what the one that said,
the 94. They don't even understand it, but they're crying over it.
Listen, it's in the 2025 crime act that's going to come up for all these niggas in Chicago and Florida. It's going to make the 94 crime act look like a slap on the wrist.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna sign off to that.
It's going to make the 94 crime act look like a slap on the wrist. Right? shoplifting is going to be included in it. That bullshit that is going on now where people going into stores and taking up everything, or going into Walmart and stealing everything. When the new crime act come out and they get 10 years for shoplifting, don't cry.
Oh yeah, because black folks ain't saying nothing about these wicked crime sprees. Nothing.
Right? Don't
Videos,
cry.
nothing.
Don't cry.
Oh, they will, because they're going to play victim.
In some communities, you cannot even have a good car. The Kia boys, those kids that used to steal, were stealing Kias and wrecking them. I said, oh, I'm a Kia boy. I'm a Kia boy.
Yep.
I'm driving crazy in the street. Don't cry.
Oh, driving.
When they get 20 years. Don't cry when he's only 16 and they charge him like an adult and give him 20 years. Don't cry.
Yep, he's only 13 and he's serving adult prison time.
Yeah, don't cry. He's 13 and he's serving adult prison time. Don't cry.
And this is what they were saying. Like, bro, see what the difference is. During the 94 crime bill, there was actually black folks complaining. So Bill Clinton was right when he said your leaders signed all to this. They wanted this. It was black folks in neighborhoods actually caring about what's going on with the youth. And they were saying it's getting out of control and only we are suffering from their violent crimes. Like the gun has been turned on us, not the rest of American society, but specifically like these black youth turned their guns on us. We need this to stop. And it's like, and law enforcement and politicians, it's law makers. It's like you guys are allowing this. Hold our kids responsible.
The only reason why it's not big now is because other things in the news, like the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, talking about all of a news time, and the Ukraine in the news. Be glad that those two things in the news, because if those two things was in the news cycle, the news will be turning itself on all of these dumb niggas. Right? Everybody who I have a switch and I have a this and I have a that. But the smart thing what I've realized in Chicago is that all the shooting and all the deaths, the majority of shooting and deaths, they're not turning on white people.
Right, at all.
They're not, because they're smart. They realize that we'll get away with it as long as we're killing Negroes.
Yep.
As long as we're killing the Negroes, the 8-year-old and all of that. And then I will go home and I will get Stars and I'll watch Power Book 1, Power Volume 2, Power Book 3. Right?
Come on to a hot meal.
Yeah. I'll watch a Negro TV named Stars that have all of the bullshit shows on that glamorize black violence and drug dealing in the black community.
He pistol whipped. They did a home invasion, bro. And to me, like if you do a home invasion, I feel like you should be doing the same time for somebody who's like caught with 32 pounds of like methamphetamines. Dude, you're in somebody's house with a gun. Like, how do you see the daylight again?
Look,
like
you're not supposed to see the daylight, but guess what? They're not home invading white people's house.
Right.
That's
No,
how they get the number with it.
Now, what I'm saying is for lawmakers to let anybody see the daylight again for coming to invade somebody's space. Like the worst fear a resident can have is somebody's in their home, imprisoning them with violence and threatening them with violence and watching them be robbed in front of their kids and everybody. And you don't know if you're going to make it. Like that's one of the greatest fears. And for somebody to do that and see the daylight again is crazy.
Listen. Let's be honest here. If you found yourself with $1 million, are you living amongst people that look like you? Or are you going straight to White Hill Army and
Oh,
get
yeah,
to come?
yeah. I'm definitely gonna live around civilized people.
People anybody with the key on the door.
You break it up. Say that again. Yeah, you break it up, Stu. Yeah, if you're talking, your connection is gonna lie on you.
But this station with this sheriff,
Say that
I don't
again?
know which county he is. This sheriff.
Yeah, he tells you. I know it's Florida. I don't know what county, but
Yeah, but he has
tells
a
you.
million videos with stupid people. If you look him up on the channel, you'll have videos for days. You'll have contents for
Yeah.
days.
I love seeing his come at my feed like something new like this. I love it. Like, oh, I got something to be entertained. Hey, bro, what I watched earlier, I didn't even show, man. Bro, the violence, he's showing. Oh man, yeah, he's showing people like the violence, man, that the black youth has, man. It's nobody worse than them. Like the Klan can't even compare. All the terrorizing the Klan did, they can't even compare to some of these black folks in these gangs, Florida, whatever, terrorizing communities. I'm sure you've seen the news article where the guy shot up a Halloween party, just shot in a crowd of everybody, bro. Like when did the Klan ever do that? The Klan will like select one person too. They're not killing the whole block party.
Dylan Roof is a evolution of the Klan. He may have acted singularly, but he was a brainwashed dude when he went into the church and killed the black people. So we'll have to give them that. Right, but the extent of
how often? Yeah, but what's that? One again, like saying like the Klans didn't come every night. They didn't come every night. So yeah, you'll have your Klans moment every so often, every 10 years or every 3 years. What happened out there in Buffalo? You'll have that every often. But the black violence, the black terrorizing is every night, every day. Daytime, nighttime, there's no rest. The Klan says sundown time. Black folks say every time is sundown.
Middle day, middle night,
morning. They get you in the morning. Yep, they catch you in the morning, which most of the murders happen 8 a.m., 9 a.m.
It don't matter to them what time it is.
And the Klan had the decency to cover their face because like that was showing some type of shame where they don't want to be seen as the person who did this horrific act. These Negroes don't give a damn.
Why should they? Because remember, you get the notoriety from being a murderer.
Right. Yeah, the Klan member was afraid, or how his white residents would view him after such a horrific act. Negroes like, man, we get credit. We get public, societal credit for how we cause violence and terrorism on black people. And guess what? Nobody black tells on them. So they could do it, with impunity. They could just go out there and. So he pistol whips an 8-year-old. Let me play a little more. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's 51 minutes, but I'm just getting to like the meat of the what happened, the crime.
You hear what I said? They pistol whipped an 8-year-old child.
Bro, if you pistol whip an 8-year-old, you'll shoot him.
No, but that's how the training starts from early. That's how the training starts from early. Because if an 8-year-old has been pistol whipped and he's living in that environment, what he's going to grow up to be.
Right. Yep. He just experienced it.
What is he going to grow up to be?
I'm gonna play a little more.
It's not bad enough. They did a home invasion at another place that sold drugs and placed their gun to a 3-month-old head and told the parents, give it up.
Bro. You heard that, bro? Run it back, Turbo.
That sold drugs and placed their gun to a 3-month-old head and told the parents, give it up.
Now look, they're robbing drug dealer parents. So you got parents who are selling drugs with a 3-month-old. Meaning like they'll risk it all. They'll go to prison and leave their 3-month-old with a relative or a friend or even, in the system. Put the gun to a 3-month-old head and told the parents, give us the drugs. If you love this baby, stop lying and give us the drugs.
And you know what's next if they didn't. They think nothing of having drive-by shootings in the streets. Nothing of it.
These are the people you guys say, oh no, stop and frisk, 94 crime bill. These are the people that when they had diluted the 94 crime bill, when they diluted the stop and frisk crime, or you stop and frisk, not crime, stop and frisk crime prevention act. This is what happened afterward. Okay, this is what after your complaints. That ain't fair. Oh my God, 15-to-1 crack, 100-to-1 crack cocaine ratio. That's racial discrimination. Okay, well, this is what happened afterwards when you take away law enforcement from these degenerates.
They don't care about the neighbors. They don't care about the danger they create. So in 2018, 2019, we saw a lot of these gangbangers rolling out of state prison. They had already done terms in prison where Brian Haas's assistants had prosecuted them in past years for robbery, for use of a firearm, possession of a firearm. The moment they're out of prison, they're doing the same thing again. And that's why it's important for you to understand why we undertook an investigation I'm going to explain to you of such magnitude. If they're not in prison, they're robbing, shooting, and killing. They're just going to. They've shown that all along. So when we talk about our investigation today, it's not just the Lakeland, Auburndale, Eagle Lake, Winter Haven, Haines City, Lake Wells area. Sex money murder is a nationwide game. So in 2018 and 19, for example, there was a guy that sold dope, cannabis, that low-level nonviolent drug. They went to his house to rip him and shot and killed the mother of children who was simply cooking dinner that night. Why? Because she was there and she got in the way of the bullets as they shot up the house.
Yeah.
And then in May 2020, there was another person shot down in the street. That's right. Those two cases we haven't made any arrest on. Those were the first two cases in over a decade that our homicide team was not able to solve. Do you know why? No one's talking. They're either gang-related and/or they're scared to death of the gangsters. And then there was the shootings in the neighborhoods throughout the cities across this county. So despite our best efforts to solve those 2 homicides, to get people to talk, they were afraid to. Despite our ability to infiltrate, we were unable to. So we did intensive investigative efforts to put people in jail, and we were arresting people and sending them to prison all along the way, but we weren't slowing down the problem. So
Look at all that. Look at the guns these guys. Look, they got a machine. Look, they got an army gun right here, man. A military gun. What is this right here? That's all type of. But the white man. We don't have boats. We don't have manufacturing company. How these drugs come in? Who gives a damn? Who is selling it? Now, if it was white folks selling it or non-blacks, like that's we are selling it. We're saying we will be the vessel. Yeah, you guys bring it in, thank you. But we're gonna be the vessel how it gets into black folks' veins, lungs, and noses.
May of 2021, we asked our top cop in the state, Ashley Moody, our Attorney General, and her team, can you help us out? For the first time in the history of Polk County, we did a gang wiretap. We call them T3s. That's right, where we listen to social media apps, where we listen to cell phones and their communications through court orders. This is a very complicated process, and it only could occur because of wonderful people that Ashley has working with her, such as our prosecutor on this case, Michael Filto.
And look at this. This is before the world. This is 1 million views, 1.5 million views, all black folks. So I don't know what this is, but all black folks, being this dangerous before the world, and the world's supposed to say, nah, it's just them. The rest of black folks are nice, and no, man. This guy he got gazillion videos, man. He got 645,000 subscribers. But that's recent. That's recent. People are tuning in to watch how violent and degenerate blacks are. So they can continue or start their racial practices, whether if they're in management, deny you a job, whether at a bank, deny you a loan. They looking like, nah, you a subhuman. Not giving you're not ready to loan, move next to white folks and start home invasions.
No, I am not saying it. I'm not saying that white people don't sell drugs. White people sell drugs in the neighborhood, you know. Yeah, white drugs.
I showed them too. I just watched a guy get caught with 32 kilos or pounds of marijuana.
But my thing is that the neighborhood don't look like ours, although they're selling drugs. Right? They're not acting like us in the community. They're selling drugs, yes, we agree with that.
Right, and they're selling drugs like privately. You know, it's supposed to be discreet. They're not open. They're not bragging about it. They're not on social media. You dig? So it's like they're trying to do it discreetly where nobody knows about it. They're trying to be slick.
Right.
Which is the history of drug selling. It's not going to be something open. You're supposed to like sneak the drugs.
They're not bringing all the shit. Acting like.
Yeah, they don't go start buying stuff that can be easily traced, because they probably work at Walmart or they probably supervise at Dunkin' Donuts, you dig, Krispy Kreme. So that type of income, you're not gonna have a Rolex on, so they're like being discreet about how to even spend it. They probably got like a lot of people living in the house to justify.
No, but even if they don't have a lot of people living in the house, they're not acting the fool. They're not acting the fool. They're not going, I have 10 dunks and the car is at the driver. No, they're not acting that way.
Yep. You read some of these comments.
They don't act in the fool.
Yeah. Most of the crime bills are not to address drug selling. It'd be included probably, but all of these bills are based on violence. Okay, because you could sell drugs and you're just a drug seller and drug users, but people can go to sleep with drug transactions going on, but people cannot go to sleep when violence is going on. Like when they fear for their safety, that's when you're gonna start seeing police presence and law enforcers putting ink to paper. When the violence start coming after the drug selling or robberies or scamming, when violence come behind that, that's when you're gonna start seeing ink to paper. So you don't really have, like, you don't have situations where like anybody's as brutal as us, like all around. I'm sure you got certain cities where a non-black person is going crazy, but this is like almost everywhere. Like we occupy any space we occupy as a collective in America. This is going on. Like I don't know a safe haven for black folks where black folks live at. Like you said earlier, we got to get away. Like if you want to be safe or feel safe, and you're a little prosperous, you got to move away from black people. And then we act upset when white folks and whoever else don't want to live around us, and then they redline us, and then we go buy a house. They guide us to homes near other black folks.
Yeah, we're mad that they don't want us in the neighborhood.
Right.
They're saying, oh, they're discriminatory.
They like call it what you want to call it, man, but you might jeopardize my safety.
You're not coming to fuck up my shit. Let's call it that.
And look what he said though. That was very key. He said black folks ain't even complain. They're not even participating in getting it stopped. They're not giving names. They're not calling the hotline where you don't have to tell your name. You just give information, just hang up. Like a whistleblower. Like, cause you got like snitching is for criminals, but whistleblowing is for tax-paying normal people in society. Like we are whistleblowers. Snitching are the criminals. The people who snitch are criminals, but the people who whistleblow, that's us.
Listen, do you think that white people have a fundamental problem with Karens? No. They don't. They know that Karen can be annoying, a woman who's a Karen. But guess what? After a while, them say, listen, Karens are necessary components in the community. Necessary. Because Karens help to protect the community. Because when you see those white ladies and you're doing that bullshit, you as a person saying that that white woman is going to snitch. She look like a snitch. Hell yeah. So guess what? You're doing the same shit. Because she is going to snitch.
Yep. Yeah. You are definitely, if you're black, I mean, unless you don't, well, see, like black folks nowadays don't give a damn. Like, because they shot FBG Duck in white, white area, like a white prestige area, right? Where people had money. It's at this point, like black folks don't give a damn who's around. Like, they're gonna, I gotta commit this murder. I don't like him, and I see him right now, and I can go to jail 1 hour from now. I don't give a damn.
Because they're making black people making jail look like something fun. Oh, there's nothing wrong with me going to jail. I will do. Yes, dude. We hear you. We hear you saying that there's nothing wrong with prison.
Right. Yeah, like they even got funny phrases where it doesn't sound so bad. Like, yeah, man, I'm about to go sit down. But for about 5 years, like where they, like, damn, dude, like you made it sound like it's doable.
You make the thing so like it's doable, like it's fun. Oh, this is fun.
Right. Like, yeah.
This is we're going out on a holiday. It's a holiday.
Yeah. What's that, Yugi? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that, Yugi? What's this? Wait. What's that in your neck? What's this? Ooh. Ooh.
Like it's a badge of honor.
Right. Oh yeah. Nah. Well, first of all, nowhere in black society right now will black people get behind you and support you really like that. I ain't talking about like on a high level. I'm talking about like just grassroots support. If you don't profess to be a criminal in one way or another, you will not get the support you're supposed to have. Hey yo, Gillian Wallow just did a show from prison. That rapper Nut, what's that dude name? God damn, the rapper Nut that has a song Pooh Shiesty. Like they just did a video with him. I mean, interview from jail, like glorifying all of his degenerate behavior, man. And like it's just like now I expect non-black folks to do that because for them it's like fantasy. But for people who know like this stuff really happens and black folks really die senselessly and babies get shot and babies get guns put to their head, they're like, why do like this is something that we should like openly shame? Like, hell, I'm not interviewing that guy. Not on that shit. But yeah, they're yeah, Pusha, you real, yo. You real. And then they got Kodak Black, another guy, straight people say he's a crack now. What was that?
No, not you. But when you look at it, honestly, when you look at it, you realize what's going on. You have to laugh. You have to laugh.
I guess.
Because the same dumb people.
Yep.
The same dumb people.
Yeah, close that.
And then the dumb names too that they give themselves. Pooh Shiesty and
oh yeah, finesse 2 times. Finesse means that you're a criminal. You gotta get money from people illegally, scamming and whatever. You got finessed 2 times. I finessed you not once. I finessed you twice. You're an idiot. You fell for this scam twice. You got all type of weird criminal names, attributes. Hey,
What's his name? The one who was in charge of death row. He has a podcast now from prison. What's his name?
tonight
Suge Knight.
you got a podcast.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
Wow.
Yes, you're celebrating a fool like Suge Knight. Suge Knight is one of the biggest fools ever. Right? Suge Knight had almost a $400-500 million empire.
You're gonna be gangster, man.
And he wanted to be gangster.
Yeah, they all go broke after this gangster stuff. They all end up going to prison or going broke. All of them. Or dying. Prison, broke, or dead. Like none of them have a happy ending.
No, but why would he end up broke? Explain that to me.
He's living a criminal life. He's doing his artists wrong and bad business practices. That's what caused Dash. He can be a thug CEO. They like, man, get from this nut. And the thing is, they know you're not a criminal. They know you're not like that. They're like, man, this guy keep faking. Let me get from away from this guy. So I heard Dame Dash did an interview, entertaining. Yeah, okay, I'll talk to Jay-Z. If he wants to talk, he said, man, somebody said that I only got one question for him. Why? And so when he says why, he's acting like Jay-Z did something wrong. Why? What do you mean why? Why? Because he had a better vision for himself and Roc Nation. He's a billionaire now. That's why. I mean, he acted like Jay-Z did something and it didn't work. It was a personal gain. It didn't work. And it ruined something great. It's like, dude, whatever y'all had going, Jay-Z made it greater. And now he's doing great things and he's a billionaire. That's why. What you mean, why? That's why. The vision was greater. Why? Get some milk. Oh, you get my phone. Wow, God, what's going on? Oh, let's see. All right, still, I might be having a debate soon. Let me see. If not, we'll continue the videos. But I had to schedule one. Let me see if he's available. A lot of times they cop out. All right.
I'm still here, but I'm just listening. Put on a video.
Yeah. So I'm gonna see if this guy is still gonna agree to the schedule. I had to schedule a debate with somebody. So let's see if he's available. If not, I'm throwing a video. Let me just find out. All right. So let's see. What else? You know what? Let me finish playing Sheriff Grady. It's a sex, money, murder game. Hold on.
So when our detectives, working with FDLE, started writing the probable cause, it took not just weeks, but months of articulation to show this ongoing gang activity. And in September 24th of 2021, we began to intercept telephone calls and social media. Oh yeah, gang members, listen up. We can intercept your social media. You can't pay attention to all that hype you hear. We got it, and we got them because of it. As a result of intercepting 9 court-ordered intercepts, we were able to obtain 12 racketeering charges with gang enhancements against the sex, money, murder members. That first-degree felony of racketeering is 30 years. When you do a gang enhancement, it's life. Our goal is that they never breathe air outside of a prison again. But if that was not great enough, because of the work of this team, we were able to obtain racketeering warrants and criminal charges on the entire hierarchy for the state of Florida. That's right, from the top gangster and sex, money, murder, all the way through the hierarchy, we were able to get racketeering life felony charges. In addition to that, we were able to get a life felony charge on the head of sex, money, murder from North Carolina, who we hooked up in this investigation. Now, while all this is going on, we began a gang task force in Polk County. The Auburndale Police Department, the Haines City Police Department, Lake Wells Police Department, FDLE, and of course the State Attorney's Office and my detectives. Why did we do this during the same era? Because there are other gangs, I like to call them baby gangs, who are also shooting and robbing in the streets. Why did we start that game? Because in 2021, Haines City PD made an arrest after a young man died. He died swimming in Lake Apopka. When they buried him here, gang members danced on his grave while they videoed it. There was an arrest made. That would have upset anybody, and it certainly set off the gangsters who didn't like each other to begin with. January 30th, we had the murder of a 20-year-old in a running gun battle just outside the city of Winter Haven. Our State Attorney Brian Haas just indicted 3 of them for first-degree murder, and that investigation's also underway. As you can see, we've already made 7 arrests with our gang task force, and we have just begun to arrest gangsters in this particular operation. We're blessed in that no innocent bystanders have been killed yet, but their houses and their cars have been shot up, and bullets have missed folks who didn't deserve to be shot at. They simply happen to live in the area. We're going to make more arrests. But before I go through my cards, I want to introduce you to, or reintroduce you to, a dear friend of mine and simply the best Attorney General in the United States, Ashley Moody.
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this live. Then I'm gonna start a new one, and it might be a debate, it might not. But let me lay him down, and I'll be back up when he's down and out. He ain't gonna sleep.